Taking a look at the Intex purespa pump, the brass. This is a brass. Look around for the impeller. This only lasts about a month with using the brass impeller. That's what it lasted for me last time. But if you get a ceramic correct one, then it's okay. So I'm just gonna put everything back. I'm eventually gonna replace this with ceramic, but for now, this is fine. So you put that back in there, put the rubber caps in, put it back, and that goes on top. And there's 4 screws and nuts, and then eventually this will connect into there, and those 3 into towards that way. Let me just put this back in. So that's back. I guesstimated the length of the rod based on the ceramic one that was in there, but it was broken, so. And I think it's okay, and I'm gonna put the screws back in. Now screwing this back. This I had to undo because I had to get to this bolt. I mean, the screw here. And yeah, these are 3, so I'm gonna screw that in. So that's all put back together. The next step is to just squeeze that through there, put that in there, and then screw that in, and put the cover back on. All right, I put that back in. I plug this. This can only go one way. That's in. I think there's a tool for this, but my tub didn't come with it. So I just slowly do this with needle nose. So that's just a watertight seal. And then finally, you put this back on through the bolts and then tighten it down. I'm just gonna pause. And that's it. In reverse, you would remove the 3 bolts here. They're really long. Pull that off. Or you could unscrew this first. Doesn't really matter, I guess. There's clearance. You don't have to undo any of the hoses. You could probably get away with not unscrewing that plastic piece with the 3 screws, but I find it was easier, a longer screwdriver to get to the 5 bolts. Yeah, so once you pull that off, you gotta unscrew that and then pull it, and then the 5 bolts, screws and nuts, and that should get you to the propeller, which you can replace the rod with. And yeah, I don't think brass will work that long unless you want to keep replacing it. I bought a whole long rod, cut it up into the right piece size, which I think is, let me check. It's about 3 inches. Maybe it's 2 inches and 15/16, but I can't say for sure since that porcelain rod there, the original, is snapped. I'm sure you'll be fine. There's some wiggle room. So I just used 3 inches. That's what I used, or maybe a bit under. I used this one's also snapped, but it looks like I used 2 inches and just over 3/4, 2 3/4. I think you should be fine. It's 3-inch bar. And let me check the thickness. I don't remember. It looks like 1/8. So must have been 1/8, maybe 3/16. No, it's 1/8. When I put this thing in. I think I bought a 1/8. There's a bit of wiggle room, so maybe it is a little bit. The original is probably a bit thicker. Maybe. So that is correct. It is a 1/8 inch rod. This person used stainless steel. Not sure if that was better. I used brass. Didn't work. Well, it worked for a month. And the length here says it's 2 7/8 of an inch. So yeah, that could work. I think what I put in was 3 inches and it was fine. Maybe the 1/8 there's some wiggle room, so it didn't have a problem. Let me see if there's rods, ceramic rods. That's maybe you could find the right size for this. I'm not sure. I would just want the rod, that broke. See if here's the rod. This one's for sure too long. Maybe you could cut it with like a diamond cutter, but maybe you could find an under 3 inch one. And it doesn't even say the thickness of this one, the gauge. And let's see. So let me see if I can find something else. I got that's what I bought, and I cut it up. But maybe should have got the steel. Maybe it's harder. It's cheaper. It's still not going to be as strong as the porcelain, not as hard. If you got something like carbide, let me see. Yeah, I tried to find some silicon carbide rods, 1/8 inch. Oh, maybe here. Maybe these would be better. Tungsten carbide rod. Oh, it's 3.175 is 1/8 inch. Maybe this would work. Or maybe I could get a 3mm and a 4mm to see if that would work. It's gonna be like $6. They're 10 centimeters long. I could cut it down with a diamond bit. Could work. It's unfortunate I can't find the ceramic one. This is actually the ceramic one that would work. 3 inches long, 1/8 inch diameter, 809. I could try that if I can ship it to Canada. Anyways, that's how you do it. And I mean, guys, let me know what you guys used and how long it worked for. The ceramic lasted about a year, and could be longer, like depends, could be shorter, could be longer. I would say it's probably averages a year. Brass is about a month, but that's what I've experienced. Not sure about the stainless steel, or if there's carbide ones. Carbide could potentially last longer than the ceramic. Anyways, cheers.